What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna do a little tutorial on how to fly the A-10. I finally figured it out myself, so yeah, we're gonna try it out. I've already got one spawned in here. Just a quick walk around. You got your two engines in the back, uh, gear down here, then your big boy, your Avenger cannon, 30 millimeters. Uh, let's hop up in here. Then once you get in the cockpit, there's a lot. First thing you want to do, you gotta make sure you do this. Press H to bring down your canopy, otherwise you will die midair. Then you want to come over here on your right side. First thing you want to turn on is your battery, then your AC powers, then your APU generator, your inverter, your oxygen. I would recommend doing the fuel test. You don't really need to. Mine's being a little laggy right now. Then pop on your CICU. This will bring up your HUD. Like I said, it's being a little laggy. There we go. Then turn these all on in no particular order. And mine's being a little laggy. Okay. Once you have that going, you should start to hear your engines. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to power up your left and your right engines. It doesn't matter which order you're going to do. I'm going to do my right first. So I'm going to press L and watch these dials go up. Once all these dials stop moving, the right temperature, right flow, and right RPM, once those stop moving, then I can move on to my left engine. So as you can see, these are coming up. The temperature and flow are going to go all the way up to the top, and the RPM is going to go to right about there-ish. So once that gets up, stops moving. Now I can turn on my left engine. And you'll see again the left temperature, the left flow, and left RPM going up. And just a little walk around the cockpit. Over here you have your gear indicator. If these are lit up green and say safe, then that means your gear is down. This is your map. It's not super accurate. This right here, that's I think they call it Fisherman's Coast now, what used to be Screena City. Over here, this is your artificial horizon. Blue side is up, and brown side is down. Over here is where NAR is going to add in the missiles eventually, probably AIM-9 Sidewinders. This is your fuel test, compass, all that stuff. Alright, now, once your engines are powered up, you're going to lightly tap space once. You should hear your engines power up a little bit more, and you're going to lightly tap it again. And this time you're going to start moving. I would recommend getting up to around 30-ish airspeed, and then you can taxi down. I usually like to go this way, just because I can't not get enough speed and then fall off into the ocean going this way. But yeah, get around 30 to 40 airspeed when you're taxiing. And you're going to make your way all the way down over here. It doesn't really matter which way you go, I just go this way for no reason at all. But you're going to make your way down here, and then you're going to turn on your runway right over here. Okay, so once you get up here, you're going to make the turn. It doesn't really matter which runway you do. I usually go to the further one. So you're going to make your way over here, and you're going to start tapping shift down a little bit. You can give yourself a little bit of speed right here, just so you can get lined up with the runway, and then you want to hold down shift. Now this is going to be a little bit dangerous because I don't have all the runway space, but we're going to give it a shot. But get yourself lined up with the runway, and then hold down space for dear life. Do not let up until you're off the ground. Now, in my experience, you need to get up to over 200 in order to take off. And also, while you're taking off, you can adjust down the runway as needed to make sure you stay lined up. But you need to get over 200, and then you can pull up. And now you're in the air. If you want to, you can just kind of mess around in a little bit, just try and get a feel for the controls. If you're like me, the first thing you did was you went and did a barrel roll. But once you're up in the air, let your airspeed get up to, I think it'll probably get up to about 400. And then you can pull it back from there. I recommend flying gun runs at around 250 to 300. I sometimes even fly them slower than that, just because high speed is dangerous, because you can crash into mountains pretty easily on this map. But anyways, so yeah, you're going to get up here to 400 airspeed, and then just kind of hold shift down for a couple of seconds. Maybe not even that much, just for a second. And eventually, your airspeed will start coming down. There we go. So your airspeed is going to start coming down. Just keep doing that till you get down to around about 270-ish. If you want to fly quicker, you can fly in the low 300s, but I wouldn't recommend flying anything over 320. Like I said, I usually fly pretty low, somewhere around 250, even lower than that usually. But just keep shifting down until you get to the airspeed you want. And just keep flying around. Make sure you don't go off the edge of the map. But shift down until you get the airspeed you want. I'm at about 260 right now, and that's a pretty decent airspeed. So now that I'm at my desired airspeed, it's time for the fun part, gun runs. So I wouldn't recommend doing this at locations where there are hostages. Desert it's a pretty easy one to gun run, but there's a high likelihood that you'll hit a hostage. Mountain is a little bit tougher because, at least as far as mountain goes, NAR took the fact that the A-10 is meant for close air support to heart, because look how close you have to get before you can even hit anything. Still going. Still going. And there we go. Mountain's dangerous because you have to get really close, and those guys can dish out a bit of a beating to you. The last time I landed this thing, it was at 6%, and I had to repair it. But I would recommend doing mountain. You can do Fort Rano and docks. Just make sure you hit those anti-air, because they will end you in a heartbeat. You can do desert. Desert is a little bit easier to get a run on. It doesn't take near as... You don't have to get near as close to it as you do mountain. But I'll show y'all desert real quick. Desert does produce a lot of kills, but it can also wind up killing hostages, which is no bueno. So get over here to desert, and just like that. Like that, I killed a civilian. So you can basically gun run on any base. Bases I wouldn't recommend. Definitely wouldn't recommend doing village, because those civilians, even if they're free, they like to stick around there. Rano City Hall is a really, really tough one to do a gun run on. Let's see, what else? Quarry is useless because there's two guys standing on the surface. But yeah, mountain you might have to get pretty close to it, but might be the best one. You can do Department of Utilities, but again, you have to get pretty close to that one, because there's a lot of cover around it. But yeah, mountain, I think, is the best one. It's not super easy to get, because you have to get so close to it, but I definitely think it's one of the better ones. Alright, now for the tricky part, landing. So you're going to come over here in the direction of desert. You can go over towards the ocean. It doesn't really matter. I just like to land coming in from the ocean. But anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to pull yourself around like this, and you're going to line yourself up with one of the runways. It doesn't matter which one, just whichever one is easiest. But anyways, you're going to get yourself lined up with the runway. I'm going to use this one. And you are not going to land on this pass. But once you get yourself lined up, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but you got to get pretty close. Once you're lined up, you're going to keep going out towards the edge of the map. make sure down here on your artificial horizon that this is level, that it's not tilting to either side, because if it is, it'll knock you off course. But once you get over here towards the edge of the map, you are just going to pull straight up. So just hold down on S until you do a complete 180. Roll over so you're upright. Make sure you're lined up on your artificial horizon. And this is the pass where you're going to do your landing. Make sure your gear is down. Make sure your airspeed is below 250, and you want to get touched down as quickly as you possibly can, because the more runway you have, the better. Now, once you get touched down, you want to start holding down Shift, press K and L to turn off your engines, and you have landed your aircraft. Once you've done this, you can either power your engines back up and taxi back to the hangar, or you can just hop out or reset or do whatever. But, yeah, that's how you fly the A-10, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please maybe leave a like, maybe consider subscribing, and maybe share with your friends, because we're not getting a huge influx of new viewers, and that's what we need most right now. But thank y'all for watching, and if you didn't like it, please let me know what I did wrong so I can fix it in the next video. Thanks for watching, I'll see you on the next one.